Alright, so good morning everyone.
Good morning, sir.
Okay, good morning. Clear ba yung mic ko? Anyone narinig ba ako ng
Yes,
maayos?
sir.
Alright,
Naririnig mo nga.
yan, thank you. So, okay, good morning once again.
Good morning, sir.
Okay,
Good
good morning.
morning, sir.
So, we are done with the pie chart last video discussion, no? So, before pa tayo mag-start ng another topic, let's have a review first of our past lesson. So, who can give me the steps on how to make a pie chart? To construct a pie chart. Ano yung una natin gagawin para makagawa tayo ng pie chart? Yes, Rafael.
Sir, determine the range po ba, sir?
That's for frequency table, anak. Determining the range. How to construct a pie chart? Ano ba ulit ang pie chart? Sinasabi natin. Ano ba yung pie chart? Anyone? Wala, nakalimutan nyo na? Yes, Joanne.
Sir, ano po ulit yung tanong?
What is pie chart? And what is our first step in constructing a pie chart?
Sige. Pie chart. Simple are charts divided into two sectors according to the value they represent. The arc length of each sector is proportional to the quantity it represents. Tapos po yung like, the first po is divide each value by the total and multiply by 100 to get a percent.
Okay, so that's is our first step. So pag sinabi nating pie chart, mga pag sinabi nating pie chart, it is used to present a data as a part of a whole. So kung gusto nating ipakita yung mga data natin, kung gaano sila um, kalaki or gaano kalaki yung part niya sa buong data natin, we are using the pie chart. So first step in constructing a pie chart para sa ating ungroup data is to divide the the data over the overall or the total. Tapos, multiply natin sa 100 to get the percentage of each of the data, each of the variables. So, after natin i-divide sa total yung bawat isang variable and multiply to 100. So, what are we going to do next? Yes, Ray.
Sir, multiply each part or percent by 360 degrees to figure out the degrees each sector in the pie graph.
Alright. So, that's correct. Kailangan natin ulit i-multiply sa 360 degrees. So, bakit siya 360 degrees? Kasi ang pie chart is a circle. So, ang circle is 100, it's a one revolution is equal to 360 degrees. So, we're going to multiply the data over the total and multiply it by 360 degrees para malaman natin kung gaano kalaki yung part niya sa isang circle. And lastly, is to pagkatapos nating makuha yung bawat laki o bawat angle ng mga pie sa ating pie chart. Ano gawin? Yes, JD.
Use compass to draw the circle and protractor to draw the pie. Slice or sector, label each sector of the circle and give the graph of a title.
All right, so that's correct. So we need to use the compass to draw the circle and protractor to draw the pie slices or sectors. So, nakuha na natin yung degrees ng bawat pie, kung gaano siya kalaki sa ating circle. So, gagamit na tayo ng compass to create a circle. So, gagawin tayo ng create a circle and then we use protractor to um, i-measure yung na-compute nating angle ng bawat pie. So, we have here a sample of a pie chart. So, Justin track the time he spent on homework per subject during 1 week. Answer the questions based on the pie chart below. So, let's answer the questions followed by our pie chart. So, pag sinabi natin pie chart, class, it is to represent the data as a whole. So, kung makikita natin dito sa ating pie chart, using the pie chart, we can answer different questions, no? Just by staring or with the use of our pie chart. So, who wants to answer the first question? Yes, Jewel. Jewel. Jewel.
Read and answer po ba or just answer?
Sige, answer na lang.
Biology po.
Biology. Is it correct, class? Which subject did Justin took the longest to accomplish his homework? So, anong pinakamalaking percentage dyan? That is biology.
Biology.
So, that's correct. Biology. Letter B. Who wants to answer? Yes, JB.
Sir, answer na lang, sir.
Sige, answer.
Health, sir.
What percentage of time? English or health?
10%.
Anong mas malaki doon is?
English, sir.
English. So,
50%.
50%. Okay, that's correct. That is English. So mas malaki yung time na i-spend ni Justin sa English. Okay, letter C. Wants to answer letter C. Pakibasa yung C. Mahaba yung C. And answer. Yes, Rain.
Which combination of subjects was more time consuming for Justin? Is it the combination of history and physics or the combination of biology and art?
Okay. Anong sagot?
Sir, yung biology and art.
Bakit biology and art? Bakit siya biology and art?
Sir, mas malaki yung percent.
Mas malaki yung percent. So ano ba yung percent ng combination ng history and physics? We have 22 plus 11. So ang sagot is
33, sir.
okay, 33. So, pag pinagsama natin si biology and art, 28 and 14, that is 42. Tama? So, mas malaki ang combination ng biology and art. Now, please read our learning objectives for today. Anyone? Anyone po? Who wants to read the objectives for today? Yes, Aliana.
Lahat po ba, sir?
Yes, Nak. Yes. Makibasa.
Learning objectives. First, define the different types of graph or bar line or line. 2. Identify the steps in constructing bar and line graph. 3. Use appropriate graphs to represent organized and grouped data. Bar, line graph.
Alright, so we are done with our pie chart. So ngayon naman, mag-proceed tayo sa ating next na type of graph or type of how to represent data. So let's proceed to a bar graph. Sino may idea sa inyo about a bar graph? Nakakita na ba kayo ng bar graph? Sino dito may idea about bar graph? In your own, may, yes, Joanne. Yes, Joanne.
Comparison po ay sa mga iba't iba pong category.
Okay,
Paano po? Para
okay, iba't ibang kategory. Ano pa? Yes, Roxanne. What's another idea about bar graph? Jewel.
A bar graph uses rectangles or bars. Po.
Okay, rectangles and bars. Okay, that's correct. How about John Frederick?
Sir, a bar graph is used to compare actual, yung parang mga,
Okay, to compare, that's correct.
yung mga nakuha po sa, kunwari po, nagkaroon po ng shop po. Each year, kino-compare po nila yung products po nila kung ano po yung most po na pinapag-sell. Yung bar graph po, to illustrate it po, meron po siyang Y at X axis po.
Alright, so,
Tapos,
yes. Sige, sige.
hindi po, tapos na po.
Sige. So, tama yung sinabi ni John Frederick. So, we have bar graph, we use rectangles to represent the data. So, meron tayong horizontal and vertical axis, that is the Y and X axis. So, let's proceed to bar graph. Let's read the definition of bar graph. Yes, Aliana.
Bar graph. A bar graph uses rectangles or bars of uniforms width to represent data, particularly the nominal categorical type of data. The height of the rectangle denotes the frequency of the variable.
Alright. So, makikita natin sa definition, bar graph, we usually use bar graph for these types of data, the nominal or categorical. So, katulad ng sinabi natin kanina, bar graph uses rectangles or bars or uniform. So, pag sinabi natin bar graph, this is an example of bar graph. So, makikita nyo, we have here the Y and the X axis. So, itong mga data na to, that is called categorical data. Kasi, it talks about the apples, mangoes, watermelons, strawberries, or oranges. So, ayan, kung makikita natin, we have here the apples. So, meron siyang katumbas na frequency. So, dito makita natin sa x-axis is our variables or categories. Apples, mangoes, watermelons, strawberries, and orange. And sa ating y-axis naman, kung makikita nyo dito, we have here, dito natin makikita si frequency. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So, scale niya is 1 to 1 unit. So, this is our title ng ating graph. Most bought fruits. Ayan. So, makita natin, we have here the rectangles to represent kung gaano kataas or gaano kadami yung ating apples. Yung terms sa ating frequencies. So, makita natin dito sa bar graph, nakikita natin kung sino dyan yung mas malaki at mas maliit ang occurrence or the frequency. So, ang mas maliit dito is si watermelon. Ang pinakamataas is si orange. Ayan. So, paano ba tayo mag-construct ng ating bar graph using an ungrouped data? Okay, let's try to take a look at these steps. Okay, step 1. Who wants to read? For our first and second step. Okay, yes, Rain.
Steps in constructing a bar graph. Step 1. Decide on a title for your graph. Step 2. Draw vertical axis, y-axis, and horizontal axis, x-axis.
Ayan. So, makita natin dito, our first step is to decide on the title for your graph. Ayan. So, ang una nating example dito, example of our title is the pet popularity. So, karaniwang nakikita si title sa pinakamataas ng ating graph. And then, step 2, we have to draw vertical axis and horizontal axis. Ang vertical axis, ito, so that is our y, and horizontal axis, yung pahiga, so that is the x-axis. So, draw tayo ng mga line dyan kung saan natin i-drawing mamaya yung ating mga rectangles for our bar graph. Ayan. So, our next step, pagkatapos nating makapag-decide ng title and to draw axis and horizontal axis is to, who wants to read? And who wants to read? Sorry. Narinig ba ako kanina? Nakakita. So, ulitin ko na lang. So, for our step 1, we have to decide on a title for your graph. So, we have here the pet popularity. So, makikita sa pinakamataas part ng ating bar graph. So, next step is to draw vertical axis and horizontal axis. So, itong vertical axis or the y-axis. And the horizontal yung pahiga. So, that is the x-axis. So, mag-draw muna tayo ng ating bar graph. So, ang mga line na to is to as a guidance para sa ating rectangles na buuin. So, from horizontal and the vertical axis. Ayan. So, our next step, who wants to read? Yes, Cyrene. Cyrene.
Label the horizontal axis. Step 4. Write the type of pets where the bars will be drawn.
Ayan. So, our next step is to label the horizontal axis. So, dahil pet popularity, pagpalagyan na natin ng ating horizontal axis is the types of pets. So, dito natin ilalagay yung ating type of pets. So, one rectangle here, and one rectangle dito. So, step 4 is to write the type of pets where the bars will be. So, dito, mag-decide kayo kung saan ilalagay yung ating rectangle. Dapat hindi sila magkakatabi. Ayan, 1, 2, and 3. And our next step is to, who wants to read? Who wants to read po for our step 5 and step 6? Yes, Ration.
Step 5. Label the vertical axis number of pets. Step 6. Decide on the scale. Consider the least and the greatest numbers.
Ayan. So, we have the step 5, the label the vertical axis. So, kanina, ang nilabel natin si horizontal. Ngayon, nilabel naman natin si vertical axis and decide on the scale and consider the least and the greatest. So, let's proceed here sa ating sample of data. So, dito kanina yung types ng parrots. Ayan. Our last step is to draw a bar. So, example, we have a parrot, we have 1. Sa dog, we have 3. And cat, we have 6. So, we have to write sa ating y-axis. Ito yung frequency ng ating mga data sa number of pets. Si 1, meron siyang isang frequency. Si dog, tatlo. And cat is 6. So, we have to draw lang sa tapat ng ating parrot. So, hindi dapat sila magkakatabi. Kasi, it's a categorical data. So, magkakaiba sila ng categories. So, we have the parrot, dog, and cat. So, si parrot, we have 1 here. We have dog.
Hindi naman na narinig si Seth. Narinig niya?
Ay, sorry po. Narinig niyo ba?
Hindi ko
Hindi, sir.
Hindi.
Okay, so,
Ano kami?
okay na po ba? Narinig? Okay, so, We have for step 5, we have to label the vertical axis, number of pets. So step 6, decide the scale. So kanina sa horizontal, dito natin ilalagay yung ating data or categorical data, yung mga names ng ating data. Sa vertical axis naman, dito natin ilalagay yung mga frequency. So let's proceed here. Sa step 7, we have to draw a bar to show the total for each item. So, ang pet popularity natin, so meaning mga pets yung ang mga categorical data natin. So pet here, parrot, dog, and cat. So makita natin dito sa x-axis, dito natin makikita yung mga types of data natin. That is our types of data. And dito sa y-axis natin, sa pataas natin, dito natin ilalagay yung ating mga frequencies. So we have the frequency. Dapat yung ilalagay natin, i-consider natin yung pinakamaliit na data natin. Kung meron tayong 3, ang pinakamaliit natin, so from 0 to 3 to 6 to 9. So depende sa inyo kung ano yung gagamitin yung range ng ating frequencies dito. Basta i-consider natin yung pinakamaliit. So dito, ang pinakamaliit na data is the 1. So 1 ang una nating data dito. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So sa dog, we have 3. Sa cat, and we have 6. So ayan. Ang tatandaan lang natin sa paggawa ng bar graph is to write our categorical data sa x-axis natin and our frequencies dito sa ating y-axis. So let's have this bar graph. So let's answer, using the bar graph, let's answer these following questions. So A, which movie receives exactly 5 votes? Yes, Caitlin.
Ice Age 6.
Ice Age. So that's correct. So makita natin si Ice Age is between 4 and 6. So dahil even siya, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, and 12. So ang pagitan ni 4 and 6 is 5. So ang ating A is Ice Age. O letter B, who wants to answer? Yes, John Frederick. Yes, John Frederick.
Sir, pati po yung question.
Yes, yes.
Which movie receives the fewest votes? Cars Fossil.
That is Cars. So dahil ang pinakamalit natin is, ang pinakamalit na bar natin is Cars. So that is the least or the fewest votes. Letter C, read and answer. Yes, Rafael.
What is the combined number of people who voted for Up and Brave? Sir, 16 po ba? 16 po, sir.
16. So, ang up is 10. And we have the brave is 6. So, 10 plus 6 is 16. So, that is correct. Ang mga tao na bumoto sa up and brave is 16. And last, letter D. Read and answer. Yes, Jewel.
How many more votes did Spy Kids receive than Brave? 2, sir.
Okay, so Spy Kids, we have 8 and Brave is 6. So, 8 minus 6 is 2. So, mas marami ng 2 si Brave and Spy Kids. Okay. Kung mapapansin nyo, ano napapansin nyo sa ating bar graph in terms of answering our questions? Yes, Rafael. Ano?
Napindot ko lang po, sir. Sorry.
Okay. So, ano yung napapansin natin sa ating bar graph, no? We have here the different questions. And using the bar graph, ano yung napansin nyo na way natin? Ano napansin nyo sa pagsagot natin sa ating mga tanong? Yes, Jewel.
Mas madali po siyang sagutan kasi kung nakikita po others.
Okay, mas madaling sagutan. Ano pa? May nagtaas pa ng kamay kanina eh. Any ideas pa? Yes, Miko.
Sir, sa bar graph po kasi parang meron po siyang mga reference na kung na mabibilang mo po sa pie graph po wala po. Hindi mo po matutukol kung yun po ba yung exact point.
Okay. So, that's correct. So, pag mapapansin natin, kung i-compare natin sa pie chart, ang ating bar graph, sa pie chart, we are using the percentage, no? So, unlike naman sa ating bar graph, we are using the exact frequencies. So, makikita natin, tama yung sagot natin kanina, na mas madali nating makikita and mako-compare yung ating mga data. So, pag categorical yung data natin class, example, mga ganito, Ice Age, Spy Kids, Up, Brave, and Cars, mga categorical yung ating data, mas madali natin silang i-compare using bar graph. Kasi pag nakita natin yung bar graph, mas mataas si Up, ang pinakamababa si Cars. So, just from the first time na makita natin yung bar graph, alam na natin kung sino yung mas mataas, mas marami yung frequency, mas mababa, kung gaano siya uh, kalayo sa ating mga different data. So, take note of this class that we are using bar graph to compare different data. So, sa pie chart is we are using a pie chart to compare the data as a whole. So, kung gusto nating makita sa pie chart kung gaano kalaki yung isang data sa buong total na data. Sa bar graph naman, we are using bar graph to compare the different types of data. Okay. Let's have this another example. Below are the results of a survey about the favorite colors of 15 students in a freshman class. So we have the green, red, yellow, violet, white, and black. So, kung gagawa tayo ng bar graph dito, ano yung una nating gagawin? Yes, Miko. So, anong una natin gagawin dito sa ating data? So, meron tayong categorical data and a frequency. Yes, Miko. Narinig ba ako? How about Cyril?
Sir, gagawa po ng title.
Magde-decide tayo ng title. Okay. Our first next step is yes, Rafael.
Sir, draw vertical axis and horizontal axis, sir.
Okay. Draw a horizontal axis and vertical axis. So, sa ating drawing na horizontal and vertical axis, saan natin ilalagay si color? Yung mga colors na. Saan natin ilalagay? Is it the x-axis or the y-axis? Yes, Caitlin.
X-axis, sir.
Okay, sa x-axis. So, ilalagay natin ang ating mga categorical data. Ito, yung mga green, red, yellow, violet, white, and black sa ating x-axis. And frequency is for the y-axis. So, kung yung gagawan natin to ng bar graph, ito yung ating magiging example. So, kung makikita natin dito, class, kung makita natin dito, we have here sa baba yung ating mga categorical data. So, we have the green, the red, the yellow, violet, white, and black. So, with the frequencies, dahil meron tayong 1, meron tayong 2, 3, 4, and 3. So, we decide a range ng ating data sa ating y-axis. So, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So, we have from 0 to 1. Itong tatandaan niya, sa paggawa niyo ng frequency, hindi kayo mag-i-start sa 1. So, we have to insert a 0 here para, example, ang pinakamalit natin na 1. So, dito si 1, hindi na makikita si violet na may 1 na data. So we have to start at 0. Para sa kung ganun, tataas yung ating rectangle from 0 to 1. Kakaya ni Violet. So makita natin dyan, we have your 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So we have here the violet, we have the 1, and our green is 3, red is 4, and yellow is 3, violet is 1, white is 2, and black is 2. Ayan, kung makita natin dito class, we have here, we just need to draw a rectangle na katapat ng ating frequency. So from green, dito tayo ng rectangle katapat ni 3. Depende sa ating frequency. Alright, may tanong pa ba class?
Wala na, sir.
Naintindihan ba how to construct a bar graph? If you have any questions, you can raise it now. Okay, if none, let's proceed to another type of graph. Ayan, kung makita natin dito, we are done with bar graph. So we're going to proceed to line graph. Who has an idea about line graph? Yes, Joanne.
Nag-watch through through continuous line po.
Okay, continuous line. Ano pa? Yes, Jiwen.
A line graph is used to represent changes in data over a period of time.
Okay. It is used to represent a data over a period of time. So that's correct. Let's read the definition of a line graph. Who wants to read? Who wants to read po sa ating... Yes, Sarah.
Graph is used to represent changes in data over a period of time. Data like changes in temperature, income, and the like can be represented by a line graph. Data are represented by points and are joined by line segment. A line graph may be curved, broken, or straight.
Ayan. So, a line graph is used to represent data changes in data over a period of time. So, kung sa bar graph, we are using the bar graph to compare different types of data, no? Para i-compare lang natin. Dito naman, sa line graph, we are comparing the changes in data, no? Dito natin makikita yung pagbabago ng data over a period of time. So, meaning, it uh, it talks about the changes in the period of time. So, meaning, meron tayo ditong days or hours or minutes, time. So, makita natin, through line graph, makita natin kung ano yung mga pagbabago ng um, ano yung pagbabago ng mga data. Line graph. So, kung nakakita na kayo ng mga weather report or temperature, so line graph yung ginagamit nila kasi nakikita natin every hour. So, every hour, nakikita natin kung tumataas ba yung temperature, bumababa ba yung temperature. So, through a period of time, ginagamit ang line graph. Alright. So, we have here an example. Amber wanted to join a 100-meter dash contest in his school. To track her performance, whether she is improving or not, her mother recorded her running time from Monday to Sunday as shown in the table. So, we have to create a line graph of Amber's training. So, kung makita natin dito class, we have here the categorical data, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So, it is through days. So, meron tayong time. So, from Monday Ito yung tinakbo ni Amber. 17 seconds ang nagamit niya para makatakbo ng 100 meters. Sa Tuesday, 16, 17, 16, 16, and 15, and 14. So, katulad ng paggawa ng bar graph class, ang pinagkaiba lang ng line graph sa bar graph, a line graph uses a line. Ayan. Pero sa ating bar graph kasi, we are using rectangles, no? Para para makita yung data natin. Sa line graph, makita natin yung takbo ng ating data. So, pataas or pababa. So, pag ginamit natin kasi si example dito, kung makikita natin dito, mas hindi ganun kaklaro yung sorry, hindi ganun kaklaro yung ating data. So, we have here the pag rectangle yung gamit natin, pataas ang pababa, hindi siya ganun kaklaro. Unlike sa ating line graph, na makikita natin na yung line natin is tumataas, bumababa, and then going down. So, same sa bar graph class, we have here sa baba, dito natin ilalagay yung ating categorical data. So, from Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Ayan. So, sa time naman natin, this is our frequencies or our time. Dito natin ilalagay sa ating y-axis. So, time in seconds. So, we have here, dahil ang pinakamataas is 14. So, ayan. So, magsimula tayo sa 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18. Kahit anong klase ng ranges ang gagawin dito. Kahit magsimula tayo ng 10, 10, 12, 14, 16, and 18. Okay lang. Basta, it's your choice. It's kayo yung magde-decide kung ano yung lalagay natin dito. So, nilagay lang si 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 para makita natin yung talagang para maitaas yung ating line graph at makita natin yung changes ng each of the data natin. So, from Monday, 17, 16, 17, we have also 16, 16, 15, and 14. So, ayan. So, makita natin dito, from 17, bumababa siya hanggang 14. So, meaning, si Amber na 100 meter dash, sa time niya, from Monday to Sunday, mas bumababa yung, mas bumibilis siyang tumakbo. So, mas bumababa yung time niya na takbuhin yung ating 100 meter dash. So, any questions po? Do you have any questions on how to construct a line graph? So, sabi ko kanina, same lang sila ng bar graph. Ang pinagkaiba lang, sa bar graph, we are using a bar or a rectangle. Sa line graph, we are using lines to represent the changes in data. So, may mga tanong po? Okay. I'll take that as a none. So, let's have this type of line graph. So, the graph below shows the amount of popcorn sold at the theater. Ano napapansin niyo sa ating line graph? Ano napapansin natin sa ating line graph? Yes, Ray.
Sir, kung
So, may pagtaas at pagbaba. So, tumaas siya hanggang 500, bumaba, and then tumaas ulit, pero hindi umabot sa pagtaas sa una, and then bumaba ng tuluyan. So, popcorn sold at the theater. So, using this line graph, let's answer these questions. A. Which day had the most popcorn sold? Ayan. Anong day daw yung mas maraming nabenta? Yes, JC.
Tuesday, sir.
Bakit Tuesday? So, bakit siya Tuesday? Yes, Caitlin.
Sir, Tuesday po kasi 500 po yung service na popcorn.
Okay. So, makikita natin, it's clear that Tuesday has the most sold popcorn kasi Tuesday we have here, ito yung peak ng ating line graph. We have, meron dito sa ating 500. Okay, next question. Pakibasa. Yes, Rafael.
From Thursday to Friday, did the amount of popcorn sold increase or decreases?
Okay, so tignan natin. From Thursday to Friday. Ayan, from Thursday to Friday, tumaas ba or bumaba? Yes, John Frederick.
Sir, it decreased.
From Thursday to Friday, did the amount of popcorn sold increase or decrease? So, from Thursday, ayan, to Friday, bumaba o tumaas? Increase or decrease? Tumaas or bumaba? Increase or decrease?
Increase po.
Increase. So, from Thursday to Friday, ang popcorn sold from Thursday is mas tumaas pagdating ng Friday. Okay, next question. Were fewer buckets sold on Tuesday or Thursday? Mas mababa ba daw ba yung nabenta ng Tuesday or Thursday? Saan daw yung mas mababa? Tuesday or Thursday? Yes, Paul, Doyan?
Tuesday, sir.
So we have Tuesday yung mas So were fewer buckets sold on Tuesday or Thursday? So that is no, kasi mas mataas pa rin sa Tuesday sa Thursday. Okay, next question. Yes, Rachel. Letter D. Who wants to answer? Read and answer. What's who wants to Yes, Sarah.
What is the difference in the number of buckets sold on Wednesday and the number sold on Friday?
Okay, so from Wednesday and Thursday, Friday, so Friday we have 450, tama? And Wednesday is 400. So ilan yung difference? Anyone? Yes, Jewel.
50, sir.
50. So that's correct. 50. So 450 si Friday and si Wednesday is 400. So that is 50. So total. So total natin. Ilan yung total ng popcorn sold from Monday to Saturday? We have 300. Next is 500. We have here 400.
400.
We have just 250, 450, and 150. So, ilan yung ating total? Yes, Rachel. Ilan yung total ng ating data? Yes, Rachel. Okay, Jericho. Total ng ating datas. Okay, Aliana.
2,050, sir.
Okay, 2,050. So that's correct. From Monday to Saturday, the sold popcorn is 2,050. So do you have any questions, class, for our today's lesson?
Wala, sir.
Wala. So naintindihan ba yung ating bar graph, line and line graph? So just a quick recap lang. Alright, so just a quick recap. So we are using the pie chart to represent data as a whole. For bar graph, we use it to compare the different datas, and line graph, we are comparing the changes of data over a period of time. So if there are no questions, and let's call it a day. So that's all for today. And tomorrow, I will be sending you an activity about bar graph and line graph. Okay, so that's all for today, and thank you. So before we bid goodbye, let's open our camera and ano, let's have a screenshot para sa ating attendance for today. So paki-open na yung camera natin. Saglit lang para ayan.
Yung lahat sana nakikita. Yung iba. Dalton, may susunod kayong online class?
Ma'am, wala po.
Wala, okay. Magpaiwan kay mamaya ah. Pag nagpuan na sila, paiwan Dalton lang ah. Kakusapin ko kayo. Okay po? Dalton.
Yes, ma'am.
Paiwan kay mamaya ah. Mag-usap tayo.
Ma'am.
Mag-usap tayo, mag-usap. Kasi baka pagpasok nyo sa kwan, demo.
Alright, so paki-open na yung mga camera natin.
Asan yung iba? Bakit sir, dapat lang pa, ito pa minipipili mo.
Yes.
Yung iba, open cam na ah. Nakaturog kayo sa anak ko.
And smile.
Nakangiti sila at walang pasok na naman. Kaya damit.
Ayan. So, yan. Thank you. Goodbye, grade 7. So, may iwan daw po yung mga Dalton.
Okay, sir.
Goodbye.
Bye, sir. Sir, hanggang pa pumanaw ah. Usap tayo.
Bye, sir.
Yes, ma'am.